Emerging, women's bodybuilding. In 1980, this sport finally gained professional recognition with the inception of the Ms. Olympia contest. The stage was set in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for sultry Rachel McLeish of Texas to set a historical precedent, becoming the first Ms. Olympia. The following year, the show returned to Philadelphia, where a Scandinavian beauty named Kiki Aloma from Helsinki, Finland, walked away with the title. In 1982, the competition shifted to Atlantic City, New Jersey, where once more the alluring Rachel McLeish proved herself the best in the world by winning this most prestigious of bodybuilding events a second time. In 1983, the competition heated up as Rachel attempted to capture a record third title, but she was upset by a more muscular and polished Carla Dunlap from New Jersey. In 1984, Montreal played host to an all-out rematch between the reigning Ms. Olympia, Carla Dunlap, and two-time winner, Rachel McLeish. But the bodybuilding world was stunned when a young Corey Everson, in her first professional outing, set a new standard for the feminine physique and captured the title. The next 4 years, the Ms. Olympia was held in New York City, where the bodybuilding world witnessed the domination of the sport by the ever-improving physique of Corey Everson. In 1989, Corey's title was threatened for the first time by surprising newcomer Sandy Riddell. In the closest decision in the history of the event, Corey Everson escaped with an unprecedented 6. Everson. It could be Francis. Bev Francis left Australia years ago in search of this title. After 3 straight years at third place, she feels her time is now. Also among the favorites, 28-year-old Linda Murray, junior national champ, North American champ. Today, she goes for the O. All the way from Germany comes Anja Schreiner. In fact, Anja Schreiner is Miss Germany. And Laura Cravell is Ms. International. She's been here before, finishing as high as 6th in the '88 Ms. Olympia competition. And keep your eyes on Sandy Riddell. She came out of nowhere to challenge for the title just last year. And she's one of the favorites to win it. From the very start, it's been apparent that this year's Ms. Olympia would be a fiercely fought battle. 30 world-class competitors taking to the stage in the largest field ever to vie for this title. With the pronounced absence of 6-time Ms. Olympia Corey Everson from this contest, there's a new electricity surging through the air. The title is up for grabs, and one of these hungry women the 1988 USA overall winner.
She's also the world's largest and tallest bodybuilder on stage. Carolyn Irvin. She's 33 years old from Detroit, Michigan, a cheerleader.
Gloria Bouvier came over from France, and I'm sure found the competition to be very stiff.
I'm sure she did. Negrita Jade from Toronto, Canada, won the 1988 Canadian Championship.
Sandra Blackie was here, the 1986 Canadian heavyweight champion, 34 years old.
From Venice, California.
Right.
Janice Grazier from Palermo, New Jersey.
Whose sister, Charlotte Sadaka, is a bodybuilder.
Yep.
Donna Oliveira, 30 years old, the 1988 IFBB world champion.
She's also a nurse back in Michigan. Eleanor Urbanski from West Germany.
A lady who impressed us, Mary Ellen Warman, says she deadlifts 770 pounds. That's a claim to fame.
Yes, it is. That's about 3 or 4 pounds more than you can deadlift, right?
3 or 4 pounds heavier than I.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Penny Price, 31 years old, from Florida, who won the NPC Miss Midwest and the NPC Miss Missouri.
Tatiana Scholl, the 1989 Miss Universe, was here from Mannheim, Germany.
A lot of German competitors here.
Yep.
Debbie McKnight, 26 years old, from Jackson, Mississippi.
And from Canada, we're going the opposite direction. Lynn Lemieux, 1989 World Championships. That's the title she held, and she was here as well.
And Ana Sanchez from Puerto Rico.
And that brings us to our top competitors who will be vying now for the Ms. O title. And we're going to start it off with Diana Dennis. Diana's a veteran, 37 years old, 5'6½". She's 142 pounds. She's been training Corey for 19 years.
Diana Dennis has probably been my best friend in bodybuilding ever since I started, and saying in a very unbiased fashion, she is in the most absolute best shape I've ever seen her compete in.
Once upon a time, Diana Dennis defeated Corey Everson at an event. Do you recall when and where?
I think it was in 1983, and you know, I mean, I'd be more than happy to lose to Diana again. I just love her so much. I've got so much respect for everything she does. I mention
it because she's the only lady who's ever defeated you at an event. Now, Corey's noticed the difference in Diana. Diana talks about the difference.
It's different for me because, well, number one, I've been really excited because I'm in much better shape than I've ever been in the past. I'm much harder, and I've held on to the other side, so I've been really excited about doing it. The other thing is that there's a lot of newcomers in it, and I think that it's exciting because, you know, I'm not a kid, and as probably the oldest female in the group of Olympia women this year, I just feel like I have something to say, an example to set, and that means a lot to me in my life, you know, to do something positive with this thing that's so time-consuming, you know, for me, to make it a gift, you know, instead of all about me.
Corey, there's one classy bodybuilder right there, Diana Dennis.
Absolutely. When you think of Diana Dennis, you think of class and passion.
And what do you think about her, viewers? You can call our 900 poll, 904-MUSCLE, M-U-S-C-L-E, and vote for the lady you believe will win the Ms. O title. Diana, as well as others. Suzanne Sturr is up next, 5'8", 148 pounds. She's 29 years old, one of many from Germany.
There's a lot of German women competing this year, and in Germany, bodybuilding is a very popular activity, I think more so than in the United States.
I know when you go overseas, you're well received over there. They really have embraced bodybuilding.
Yeah, they really have. This is the first time I've ever seen Suzanne compete, and she's got a great build. I mean, if you look at her overall symmetry, she's got it all there. She's got great symmetry. As far as competing in this Miss Olympia, when you're standing up on stage against a Diana Dennis with the type of rip definition that she has, Suzanne needs to work a little bit more on her definition, especially in her thighs and her hamstring area.
What a start, though, for Suzanne. This Ms. O competition is her first pro show. Welcome to the fire.
She runs a gym with her husband in a town by Stuttgart in Germany.
Been training for 8 years, Suzanne Sturr. And that will bring up our next competitor, who is Kathy Unger. Kathy is 5'8", 145 pounds. She's 26 years old, from Alpine, New Jersey.
And Kathy's been competing for, you know, quite some time now, and every time I see her compete, she gets a little bit more confidence, a little bit better shape. She has the ability to get in very good shape. Her weaknesses, I think, are her leg thickness. She needs a little bit more thickness in the sweep of her thighs, and her lats to give the illusion that her waistline is a little bit more narrow. But she's having a good time on stage. She looks very confident. She's a beautiful girl.
You use the word illusion. How much illusion is allowed up on stage?
Oh, a lot of illusion. In fact, these girls aren't really on stage. It's merely an illusion.
So what am I looking at?
You're looking at molecules.
Hey, this is a lady after my own heart. She eats 5 meals a day. I like that right there.
Yeah, but Joe, she has a very strict diet. Your 5 meals are like Dunkin' Donuts and
they're
pizza.
Continuous. They're continuous. But this lady is all right with me. Right there.
She has a strict diet, and she's a strict trainer. She does a lot of aerobics, and her favorite aerobics are things like walking her dog up and down hills, and it really is a good aerobic training.
1986 Miss New Jersey. She's breaking a rule. She's dancing a little bit, and I thought they outlawed it this year.
They did. There's a new ruling that there is absolutely no dance allowed in your routine, only quote-unquote muscle posing. So I guess this is qualified as muscle posing.
Well,
if you'll notice on each of the Body Masters medically designed machines, each cam is different. That cam is based on the strength curve of the muscle. And the design of that cam was taken from research we did on the isometric strength curves of thousands of people, and then you end up with a happy medium, and your cam is designed to that aspect. We've spent a lot of time and effort in trying to produce the best equipment. We haven't built the best exercise machine yet, but we're still working on it.
The international spokesperson for the company is Ms. Olympia contender Sandy Riddell, who incorporates the Body Master line into her training regime for a number of reasons.
Body Masters offers a wide variety of machines, and they're innovators in the sport. They always have different angles to work different parts of the muscle group in a variety of different ways to stress it further for a complete body workout.
But there's more to come as Body Masters nears its ultimate goal, to build the best exercise equipment possible in order to build the best physiques possible. For American Muscle, I'm John Kovic.
You saw Sandy Riddell training on our Body Masters report. Here are the stats on Sandy. She is 5'6", 147 pounds, 30 years old, from Phoenix, Arizona. And Corey, last year this lady gave you all kinds of trouble.
No kidding.
But you overcame her.
Yeah.
She is coming back this year, and how do you view her chances?
I think she's in pretty much the same shape, which means fantastic shape, as she was last year. She started weight training actually to strengthen her upper body to qualify her for firefighting, and I think that's a very admirable position, being a firefighter. She's worked hard on her posing routine. That was, to me, last year one of her main weaknesses. She didn't have stage presence, and
there's a little presence right there.
Yeah, she's really improved in that manner. She's very well known for having phenomenal deltoids and ripped gluteus, which is something I've never seen in my whole life on my body. But her weaknesses are, I think to her own admission, her leg thickness. She needs a lot more thickness in her thighs. She does rip gluteus? I mean, gee. I've never seen you have those either, Joe.
Well, I've ripped them before, but not in front of people.
You ripped your pants.
Number 2 at the 1989 Ms. Olympia, and she wants number 1 this year. That's Sandy Riddell.
I think she's got a good chance. I mean, she's the favorite to win after getting second place last year.
We're going to see her later on. Next up, another veteran, and I'm telling you, we've seen her for years. Bev Francis, 35 years old, 5'5", 145 pounds. You all know she's from Australia, but she's worked out of New York. And I think forever she's been third place at Ms. Olympia.
I mean, think so, too.
For 3 years in a row.
Well, we'll see if she can better that this year. She has a different look. I mean, I'm so used to seeing the Bev Francis with the hair down, blonde hair, and the pink suit, and she looks different. And that's always good to sort of shock the judges a little bit and give them something new to look at instead of always being the same.
She's a 6-time world powerlifting champion. And her one goal now is to become Ms. Olympia. That's it for her. She's been improving each and every year. She's worked hard on symmetry.
Every year I've improved, particularly my symmetry. I think that was probably the biggest problem with my physique when I first started, as I came in as a power lifter. And that's really what I work on every year, my symmetry. And I think I've improved every year, so I'm happy with my shape this year.
You know, she also was training for the Olympic track and field team until she had a knee injury. But look at her symmetry. It's much improved. I mean, she really looks great. She's a little smooth, but she looks great.
Multi-talented Bev Francis. And that leads us to Jackie Paisley. Jackie is 5'7", 140 pounds. She's 28 years old, from Phoenix, Arizona. I guess she's bumped heads with Sandy Riddell over in Phoenix every once in a while.
Yeah, she's a very interesting competitor, too. She's extremely intelligent. She's studying sports medicine, but she's also is a concert cellist.
Now that is talent.
It really is.
Now, I wonder about the preparation for the show. She said earlier, and I quote, "Didn't pay much attention to training. Listened to my own advice and followed my own instincts."
Yes.
Oh, this is beautiful right
here. This is her trademark pose. But she really does instinctually get herself into shape. Her and Diana Dennis both are masters of getting into shape and lowering their body fats and maintaining their muscle mass. She's a beautiful poser. In the past, she's been criticized for doing too much dance, just as I have too, and it seems to me she's taken some of that out, but she's great.
Okay, now the abs. She thinks that her abs are a weakness. We just had a shot there. I don't know if that was long enough to tell.
I think that when you ask her what her weakness is, she couldn't really answer it, so she made something up, abs, because her abs are fantastic.
Jackie knows she has a responsibility as a pro bodybuilder. She talked about that before today's competition.
Bringing the fact of the responsibility that I feel that I have as a pro bodybuilder and giving seminars around the world and the country and getting the point across to people is, it's a big responsibility, and I'm finally coming to terms with that and liking it.
Fourth place in the 1989 Ms. Olympia. She's shooting for #1 this year. Jackie Paisley, everybody.
Always a delight to watch pose. Very proud of her.
And the fans here show her their appreciation for all the work she's put into her routine. All right, next up, Hanni van Auken, 29 years old, 145 pounds. She's 5'5", originally from Holland, but she moved out to California, and I'm sure that's exactly what she's doing out there, training an awful lot where everybody goes.
And I understand she may possibly be moving to Germany soon. Hanni, if you've seen the Hanni of the old, last year and the year before, she was about 3 times the size. I mean, she's toned down, she's honed her body down, it's much more refined, it's smaller, it's sleeker, and her symmetry has improved, and her femininity has improved.
That's the direction that she says she wants to head for.
Well, she absolutely reached
look.
it.
Yeah.
She looks so good. This is the best I've ever seen her look.
At 29, she's kind of in between, but I'll tell you what, she's been training for 12 years. So she's put an awful lot of work and dedication into it.
And she naturally can get a lot of muscle. I mean, she's just naturally a bigger girl that can put muscle on very easily.
And during the off-season, she weighs 160, a difference of 15 pounds. Hanni van Auken, she came here to be seen, period. That's exactly what she wants.
Well, it was good for me because I could get into the pro show because there was no pro show anymore for women. And when you do, I didn't do 2 years nothing after my amateur, and then I had to do the Olympia because I need to be seen.
Hanni van Auken, you're being seen all around the world right now. We will have more from Ms. Olympia. Joe Fowler and Corey Everson back with you right after this.
So, you want to look like this?
Get in on the secret. Cybergenics builds muscle fast.
Look, this is me before Cybergenics.
14 pounds. She's from nearby New Jersey, so I'm sure she's got some fans out there rooting for her, Corey.
And I'm one of them.
Are you?
Yes, I certainly am. Janet's got the type of physique that I'd like to see score a lot higher in every kind of bodybuilding competition. She's got obviously great stage presence. She was a dancer. She's got a beautiful, beautiful face and a beautiful body that goes with it. Maybe she doesn't get as hard and defined as some of the other girls, but in my eyes, this is what bodybuilding's all about.
Well, her upper body is her weakness, lack of thickness, perhaps?
Yeah, because her legs are very well developed from dance, and so she needs to balance that out by doing a little bit heavier upper body training, which I think she could get quite easily.
She is the author of the Janet Tech Good Food Cookbook. She better be the author of the Janet Tech.
Yes, she's also very well respected in the field of bodybuilding. She's outspoken. She promotes drug testing. There are not many competitors from Italy. In fact, she's the only one I've ever heard of.
Claudia Profanter gets a good hand. A little wiggle and off the stage she goes. And that leads us to our next competitor, Marie-Laure Mahabir. She is truly international. 135 pounds, 5'4". She lives, Corey, in Paris. She is from the Caribbean island of Guadeloupe.
She's got a totally different look than she did last year, too. Her hair is different. Her posing is different. She's very well known for exceptional development of the chest muscle, the bicep, and also the back. She's a tall athlete.
1985, 1987 NABBA World Physique Champion. Nice.
She's worked very hard on her posing. Great skin tone.
Marie-Laure Mahabir. She's going to stay up there for just a moment more and hold her audience.
That's right.
She did, too. Next up is Lisa Lorio. She's 29, 5'2", 118 pounds, from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
She's probably one of the most fun people to talk to. Her accent is so heavy. She's so funny. I mean, people don't really, they see you on stage and they never really know your personality. I'm telling you, this girl is funny.
Well, her strengths are overall, is that her accent?
Yeah, it's stronger.
Overall symmetry, and she's got that. She says she needs more size.
She could use a little bit more size. I think her strength is that in the off-season she eats a pound of M&Ms a day.
Is that a strength?
Yes, I think it is.
You know, it's hard to do, but she says she's completely changed her physique. And I know that's difficult. Let's hear what she had to say about that.
This new physique took a lot of time. I finally decided that if I wanted to get hard, that I would need to put more time into aerobics, and that's something I never did before. So I started 3 months out, and I did aerobics 2 times a day, and I sprinted every other day, or I ran stairs every other day. So, and I woke up early in the morning and went to bed late at night.
Lisa Lorio, a San Diego Padres fan. So she knows frustration.
Yeah, she does. You know, she's got the type of physique that I think that bodybuilding should score higher, too. Beautiful symmetry.
Well, we will see how she does, because I'm sure we'll see her later on. Next up is Anya Schreiner. They love her, and she loves them. She's going to go back center stage and show it.
She's beautiful.
Anya Schreiner. We have more Ms. Olympia contestants. Some of the best are yet to come. Stay where you are. But first, this... Anya Schreiner finishes third, which sets it up between Linda Murray and Bev Francis.
I think this is a hands-down win for Linda Murray. Bev just wasn't as hard as she should have been.
Here we go. For number 2. Number 2 is Bev Francis. You got it. Linda Murray.
And you know what? This is her first time competing in a pro show, and she won the Miss Olympia, and it's the same thing I did.
Where do you go from there? Well, if she goes the way you went,
maybe she'll have it for 6 more years.
She's going to be in great shape. Linda Murray is the new Ms. Olympia. And Bev Francis, after continually finishing in the top 5.
And getting a nice big hug from another former Miss Olympia, Carla Dunlap.
Carla Dunlap.
Oh, I'm so happy for her. Look at her.
Linda Murray from Detroit, Michigan, 28 years old, former pro cheerleader, NPC Junior Nationals champion. There she is in all her glory as Ms. Olympia. You know the feeling, Corey. We're going to be back to analyze it and have some final comments from New York City right after this.